Hey guys, today I wanted to talk about my top 10 self-defense knives. Knives that in a pinch um, you could use to gain some space from whatever was pressing you, so to speak. What is a self-defense knife? Well, to me, it is a knife that's kind of unconventional in that it's more um, more thrustable, maybe small, concealable. It's going to be typically thicker in blade stock. I'm not looking for a slicer when I'm looking for a CCQ or CQC, or right, close combat battle, CCB type of implement, right? It's a tool to buy me a little space that I can rapidly deploy and bring into action should the ill fate of someone coming to take my Slurpee by force be something I have to deal with. And one of them that's in my collection that's really unique is this Koch Tools, spelled Koch. It's called their Hornet. And it is a trailing point with a very tall center of grind here. It's a chisel grind, so it's only sharpened on one side. Has a little G10 handle, has a lanyard hole there. That is not a finger hole, that is a lanyard hole. It is a little small, get it away from me kind of knife. It's not by any means what I would consider a battle blade, but it is definitely buy yourself a little bit of space blade. Keep it in your pocket or keep it around your appendix. I keep my in my pocket, but it's just a nice, small, easily concealable, kind of a wicked piercer. And since we're not really doing cut tests, we can do cut tests like that, right? So if we were testing something like a Benchmade bug out, it's going to leave a cleaner cut. These self-defense type knives, in most cases, are going to leave more of a devastating type of get away from me move type deal. But that is the Koch Tools, handmade here in America. It's called the Hornet. He's on Instagram. I would think he'd be a DM drop kind of guy. Really cool, small knife. Moving on, and we'll kind of do this in, I guess, size and devastation ability, maybe, or that's not even a word, but the ability to complete the task. The task in this case is buying ourselves a little bit of space. So this is a knife called the Amsler Tools Hurricane. The way I carry this knife is a lot of times I wear a button-down shirt and I carry it in my front pocket just like I would my writing pen, but it's got a pocket clip that works great. You can carry it around your neck. You could carry it with a small ulti clip if you wanted to, or a horizontal carry. But the Hurricane razor, I like it because it looks like a pen. I carry it like a ballpoint pen, where it's different than a pen, and you could add additional O-rings if you want. I find 2 gives me perfect grip. It's gemmed up the side. This one is a solid piece of S35VN in a Tanto grind. I've also got one that is the mini. This is the standard. The mini is about this long, and it is an 80s splatter color in MagnaCut. But this is the kind of thing that you could deploy quickly, and just as a jabber, it's going to get somebody's attention, right? It's going to give yourself room to pull your primary carry, a Freedom Pill dispenser, if that's what you use, or to get yourself out of the situation. Again, not a long-term battle knife, not the kind of knife I would want to take to a quote-unquote knife fight at a gas station. But if a thug was coming up on me that was armed trying to take my Slurpee, and this would be kind of a surprise retaliation weapon, right? It would be a small weapon that might not be expected to be deployed, and it's not only a slasher, but it's also a poker. Very sharp, Tanto point. So you look at our bug out cut. This is going to be much thicker. Again, not a slicey knife, but get several of those in you, and you're going to probably be backing up. Um, just what I would want in a self defense knife. So the Amsler Hurricane is also very very carryable because it's light. Carry it on your neck, carry it in your pocket, whatever works best for you. Moving on, got a little custom knife here from Jason Grant that I think is just a fantastic self-defense knife. This is a custom JCal he made early on. I carry it appendix style, but it is this wicked little reverse or trailing point with two edges. This edge has got a sharpening choil. It's not fully apexed. It's ground to an edge, but not apex, and it doesn't need to be, in my opinion. The bottom edge is sharp, slicey sharp, but talk about a jabber. This is one that goes in with absolutely no problem. It doesn't leave as wide. There's cosmetic holes, but in terms of getting into the cardboard, it pierces with great ease. So in a reverse grip, like a Pakal grip or a primary grip, this little Jason Grant custom JCal is a wicked little small EDC self-defense knife. I'm a big fan. I call it just the angry JCal. Locks into the sheath. It's got some nice mosaic pins back when he was doing pinned handles. Again, this is an early model in, I want to say, S35, but I'm not sure. Really, really cool knife. Very unique. Very special to me because it is so unique. Again, you got your sharpening choil down here, and you've got your sharpening choil up here. But anyway, that is the JCal. It is small, but it is definitely dangerous. I would not want to come into contact with it. Speaking of small and dangerous, we come to the Servant Knives Simpleton. This is also a custom knife from a custom maker who's not currently making knives, but it's hoped that he'll be back making knives because two of his knives are on this list, and he put on his personal Instagram that he planned to be back making knives. But what makes this little knife so special is it's super thick. It's got combat jimping. It's a 3-finger knife with a really nice butt that holds your hand in. Between this finger guard and that butt, my hand is locked in. This is made out of 3V. It's thick steel. It's small. It's slashy. It's pokey. And it's got a long enough blade to give a deep enough discursion or distraction maybe, or something that they don't want, right? It is definitely a heavy-duty little USA-made 3V pocket poker. Slurpee Saber Extreme, one I would risk my life on. I carry it quite often. I carry it appendix style. I canter it back. I have to loosen that up on the inside, but it just rides really well on my appendix. That way it's right here. I need to just, again, these knives for me, if my hands are against my body, right? And can't even get to my primary Freedom Pill dispenser. This is just going to get me that space, get me 3 or 4 yards, get somebody stepping back confused, before they redraw on me or deploy, more force on me, or hopefully flee. Because these are designed, in my opinion, as a last ditch effort type situation tool, where your life's at risk and you don't have any space to defend yourself or flee. And this is the Servant Knives Simpleton. It is a mini knife, but it is definitely a go-getter knife. As you could tell by the holes it left. So moving on, we come to one that is very unique. And this is a small knife that I've got a Kydex sheath for that will carry much smaller and lighter than that leather sheath. I like the leather pocket dropper. This is a collaboration between Melissa Backwoods and TKL. It is called the Warren EDC. This has got the ring grip on it. This knife carries several grips. You can get an extended grip, you can get a short grip. This is a tactical Warncliffe blade. This one's in, I think it's Nitro V, USA made. Very much a pokey, stabby beast, which is what it's designed for. It's also designed to be used in a reverse grip if that's what you're needing. If you're in, serious combat, knife combat. I'm not a knife combat guy, but I know that this knife is designed for longer battles than just getting somebody off you. But for the purpose of this video, I'm just talking about knives that you can deploy quickly from your midsection and get someone away from you. And this TKL Warn EDC is definitely one that is designed a tool for that job. It's also a great EDC knife, but more importantly, for the purpose of this video, it's one of my top 10s, get the heck away from me knives. So moving on, we come to a knife that's recently come to the collection from Kaiser. And this is a Kaiser Hidden Agenda. This is a Justin Lundquist design. It is a symmetrical, double-sided dagger. He designed a knife very similar to this for Wii about 2 years ago that you guys probably saw. Had the same 2-layer G10 grip. You've got this nice jimping here. You've got nice jimping on the side. So whether you want to deploy this knife like this, or you want to deploy the knife like this, it's going to give you very, very penetrating, jabbing wounds. This is a Slurpee Saver Extreme. It does have a lanyard hole on it. This one, if I'm not mistaken, is AEBL. Super sharp. Could also be used as an EDC knife. Not what I would use it for, but it's got very sharp edges. But what a dagger. I mean, you can hold it right here, pinch it between your fingers, put this in the butt of your hand, and that's not going anywhere. Flip it to the side, it's not going anywhere. A great self-defense knife, a very affordable self-defense knife. And again, this is the Kaiser Hidden Agenda. I'll leave a link to this knife, and I'll leave a link to the Instagram pages of the custom knives that we looked at so that you guys can go look at them if you're interested. Kaiser Hidden Agenda, I put a deep concealment carry clip on it. It comes with a Tech Lock, a mini Tech Lock imitation clip. Works really well for attaching to a belt, attaching to a pack. I like to have my close carry stuff in my pocket or on my body. So moving on, they say the most effective type of blade is a Warncliffe. This is not it. That's not my Warncliffe. That's a combination of a Warncliffe that I was getting ready to show you, but I'm kind of going up into level of, what would you call it, effectiveness. So I'm pulling that one back for just a second, and we'll get back into that story. I thought that was a different knife. That would probably be number 11 that I thought it was. But this is a great little small, get the F away from me tool. This is the TKL Reverse Tanto Night Guard. They make a Reverse Tanto knife that I'm going to show you here in a second. And one of the things that you look at with this knife, the most effective, arguably, type of blade is a Warncliffe blade. A Reverse Tanto serves that same purpose of a Warncliffe blade, but this amps it up just a little bit. This is a small knife, so you got a small blade, a small footprint, fits in your pocket or on your belt very, very easily. This has got the combat grip, which is very grippy. It's got very good G10 texture. You've got a regular bevel here. You've got a 60-degree bevel up front. What that means is this is what's also AEBL, but this knife is devastating. It's USA made, and it is an absolute jabber. Reverse grip, primary grip. It would definitely lay material open. I mean, that point leads right into that 60-degree grind, and it is an absolute soft tissue destroyer. Would not want to be you, because this blade's cutting down at the same time this blade's opening up the wound. So again, a good get away from me close quarters knife. I haven't been measuring these because they're all going to be between that 6-inch. This is 6 1/4 at the back of the ring, where you're realistically going to be holding it. It's going to carry more like a 5 1/2-inch knife, because your finger just goes in the ring. This ring's also got a skull crusher on it, so you can use it both ways. You can use it in a reverse grip. You can use it in a primary grip. It's just a fantastic self-defense knife in my collection. Again, these are knives coming out of my collection, and this little Reverse Tanto is a winner. It's one that I carry a lot because it's small footprint, light, but very, very effective. So moving on, we come to one of the weirder knives in the collection, and this is the TKL MR1, which is a knife that has a false grind here along the belly. It's got this really sharp, straight grind at the top. It's 100% designed to be used in a Pakal grip, reverse grip, jabby grip. However, it could be used in a primary grip depending on what style you're deploying. So, very unique knife. It is a ring knife, which means you've got that skull whacking ability. You've got this really nice thumb ramp that when you spin it around, you're going to have no issues going up on that blade, as long as you're aware that it's there. So just a nasty, nasty defense knife. The MR1, this one's an 80 CRV2. All of these that happen to be TKLs, most of these knives are made in the US, I think with the exception of the Kaiser. And yes, there are a few TKLs, but those are very tactical knives. And when I was looking at the collection and going for the knives that were the most I would take to battle, I wanted to be authentic with it. So I grabbed the knives that I would grab if there was a zombie apocalypse, for example. This knife I would carry. I carry this knife now on my belt when I carry it. But this is a Servant Knives, the custom maker that made the Simpleton, which was this knife right here. Same knife maker, but the Mech Fighter, which this one is also 3V. It's got a special treatment to the blade, made in the USA. It's a thick chunk of 3V, G10 scale, G10 liner, fantastic pinky ring with this absolute devastating skull piercer on it. It's got, you could call it a skull cracker, but I look at it much worse than that because it comes to a point. You've got a skull crusher back here on the back, pommel, and then you've got a devastating blade that goes in, and you've got the saw teeth that come through. So it does leave very zombie, leave me alone type of vibe knife. Good size knife. It's going to be the largest knife in this group, coming in probably at 8, right at 8 1/4 or 8 1/8, 8 1/4, 8 1/4 inches on this guy. This is the Mech Fighter. I don't like it in a reverse grip. My finger's tight there, but in a primary grip with this heel and this blade, this knife will buy you space. This is a knife that you could take to that gas station knife fight, to the battle, and basically do your mini sword fight. Great retention on the sheath. USA made, by a custom maker who doesn't make knives anymore. And then we come to the scariest knife. You guys have seen this in videos lately. It's got a new Ulti-Clip APH wire clip on it. I carry it right on my belt. You just clip that on your belt. I carry it appendix style. This is the Guardian. The Guardian has no use except for sticking in stuff. It has a 0 grind it will cut, but it's 30 degrees, 30 degrees, 30 degrees, and then this is swedge right here. So you've got a small handle. This is AEBL. This knife's designed for one thing and one thing only, and that's to pierce. And it pierces well. It's actually a devastating piercer compared to all the other knives in this video. This is the creme de la creme, one and done for me when it comes to zombie apocalypse time, or it comes to time when the shit hits the fan and I have to take one fixed blade for survival, i.e. tactical defense. This would be the one I'd grab for that. Of course, I'd grab another fixed blade for prepping game and doing stuff like that, but when it comes to self-defense, saving your ass, this is a good one to have for close combat. Get out of my way. I don't want to see you. I don't want you taking my Slurpee. Get your knife out of my face. Whatever the case may be. If you're in the position where you need to use a knife for defense, some of these are good choices. Some of these are specialized, like the MR1. You've got to want something that's a little bit more limited, i.e. more Pakal. The little nightshade here is fantastic because it's small. It's very deployable. The Kaiser is amazing because it's very value oriented and effective with that double symmetrical grind. Got the little TKL Warren EDC with the ring attachment. You've got the Servant Knives little Simpleton. Got the Jason Grant custom J-Cal killer knife, and this could be sharpened if you wanted to. I don't see any reason to. You've got the Amsler Tools Hurricane, Tanto, and finally you've got the Koch Tools, spelled K-O-C-H, Hornet. So guys, those are the 10 tactical knives in my collection that I'd go to first and foremost. Just some in different sizes, and kind of explain to you the purpose of what a tactical knife is, what makes it different. You know, it's not a slicer, there are some that slice very well, that make a good EDC knife, but they're a self-defense knife. And guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I want to say thank you to all the channel members. Thank you. I want to say thank you to anyone who comes in and watches the knife and EDC content. If you're so inclined, if you'll hit that subscribe button and that bell notification icon, it really helps. If you hit the like button, it really helps. If you really want to help though, look out for the guy or gal to your left. Keep an eye out for the guy or gal to your right. Look out for each other. Go forward with love in your hearts and choose debate, not hate. I love you all. Peace.